Yes, it's only you. Ula, why don't you say hello?
Hi. Back to work.
Back to work. Back to work it is. Hello, my darling Fumi Nation. How are you? How are we? My name is Fumidesaluvold. For those of you that are stopping by for the very first time, you are so very welcome. Welcome to the tribe, to the vibe. Grab a cup of tea, sit down with me, and let's chitty chat. Before I continue, Fumi Nation, I love you. I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you. You're my family outside of my family. I love seeing you out in the streets, how you just come up and hug me. You have to understand that it's a very one-sided relationship, but I'm getting used to it. You guys already know me, but I am getting to know you. So I'm just like, Fumi Nation, what is your name? Where are you from? What are you guys doing? And I am meeting you everywhere, and it is so much fun. It's so humbling to meet you guys, and I just wanted to extend that love to you and to extend my love to my Shanquella followers. You guys don't miss a beat. I am not blind. I am seeing all the messages you sent me, because apparently some members of the Cabo 6 got jumped. Because you know what? There's always some kind of justice, and the justice that I know and so familiar with is street justice. Because you know what? We don't forget. But apparently some of the Cabo 6 thought that we forgot. They really did think that we forgot. Anywho, Fumi Nation, Shanquella followers, you were in my DMs, you were in my emails, I live for you. You were even in the message section of other episodes to say, if you don't see my message here, there, you see my message here. I lived for it. So I said, you know, let me do a little research, and I got some information that I said, let me share with you. And even if you've heard it, why don't we share it together? Because it's always going to be a different vibe. So the information comes from the NC beat, and I'm taking that to be the North Carolina beat. And it says here, a video shows street justice met 3 members of the Cabo 6 in Greensboro, North Carolina. All right. And it says here, child, say it ain't so. And it damn sure is. Word on the curb. 3 fools who thought it was safe for them to walk the streets of Carolina after what they did to the world's best friend, Shanquella Robinson, was spotted out at the Electric Tequila in Greensboro, North Carolina on Wednesday night and got hands put on them. We know it wouldn't be long before Alyssa Hyatt, Winter Donovan, and Dajanay Jackson got scratched up from what the streets say is just the beginning. At first, the North Carolina beat struggled with this video as far as releasing it, but after we watched and watched and watched and watched, we were able to make out at least 2 members of the Cabo 6 in the video getting whooped. Not only that, but people who were there and witnessed it told North Carolina beat that Hyatt, Donovan, and Jackson were the ones in the video getting beat down from amazing grace to a floating opportunity. We initially reported that the lady in this white outfit with leaves on it was Winter Donovan, and it is not. The person is Joya Alice, a friend of Dajanay, Winter, and Alice. Alrighty, we got it. Here's a photo of her at a graduation ceremony on Wednesday. So she's friends with these people. We have been unable to identify Winter in the video, but eyewitnesses say she was there. We know Alyssa Hyatt and Dajanay Jackson were there and got beat up. Wow, 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 wow. And then we have a screenshot of Texas where it says, justice for Shanquella. My friend went out to the club last night and spotted a few of the dudas from the video. And I do see Winter on the floor. So these are texts back and forth where they're talking with each other. Let's just finish with this and then we'll talk, okay? So, according to a source involved in the fight, she and her friends were inside Electric Tequila Wednesday night when a woman they recognized as Dajanay Jackson asked if one of her friends was recording her. The woman said she told Hyatt no, after Hyatt walked away. The woman said her friend asked her, who was that? And she told her, the girls who did that S-H-I-T to Shanquella. The woman said after the bar closed, the members of the Cabo Six kept saying rubbish. So she and the others went to them and took care of business. And then it goes on to tell us how, October 29th, 2022, Shanquella was brutally murdered after a video of Dajanay Jackson brutally assaulting Robinson, Dajanay Jackson, Alyssa Hyatt, Wenta Donovan, Malik Dyer, Khalik Cook, and Nazir Wiggins returned to North Carolina, saying Robinson had died from alcohol poisoning. However, an autopsy by the Mexican authorities later revealed that Robinson had been beaten to death. The autopsy said Robinson had a severed spinal cord and a broken neck. However, the United States also conducted an autopsy on Robinson and claimed that they could not determine her cause of death. On April 12, 2023, the FBI in Charlotte concluded that no charges would be filed in the Robinson death because the United States could not determine a cause of death. A rally for Shanquella will be held next Friday, May 19th, 2023 in Washington, D.C. at 633 Pennsylvania Avenue outside the courtyard. I tell you, I wasn't... It still breaks my heart. It still breaks my heart. How we did not get justice for Shanquella. I just want to know the truth. I want to know what happened to her. And as I sit here, I say to myself, what about the parents? How are the parents expect to survive and to continue to live with this? It will always bother me. It will always, always bother me. And you see, I'm even going to say this. You see the Cabo Six? I would have appreciated it if they had come out and said, whoa, 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 whoa. We had a fight. I don't deny it. I put my paws on her. But that was not why she passed away. If they had called the press and announced it, that yes, we had a fight, but we were been done with all of that, and then she went on to go and do whatever, at least it would have been something. But you cowards, you went into hiding. What were you running away from? What were you hiding from? In all this time, we did not see a peep from you. You deserted your homes. Dejanay, we already know that you had a baby girl. You deserted your homes. You went into hiding like a snake in the grass. Nobody could find any one of you. None of you. Until the FBI came out talking about, well, you know what, the death can't be determined. And that is like a spear in my heart. Because it just doesn't make sense. Either they don't want to tell us the whole story, they're just keeping things underground for whatever reason, or Cabo Six got away with it. That's the only way I can say it. And you really thought that we would forget. Don't you know that the wound is still fresh? Don't you know street justice? Don't you know that it would take like 10, 15, 20 years before you could really come out? Don't you know that? Or you did not know? I don't care what street. London streets, we're here. Anywhere in the world, for Shanquella Robinson, you're not safe. Karma. When I read it, I jumped. As if I got paid. I was like, ooh. They've transferred the money. I jumped and I said, what? And I looked at it, I checked it and everything. I said, you know what? Let me come and see who else has covered this story. I really, truly did. Do you love my earrings? It's by Toro Collection and she's a fabulous jewelry designer. Can you see this is my name, Fumi? I'm living for it. tarocollection.co.uk and she makes this beautiful custom jewelry. I just live for it. So I just thought I'd wear it today. My bling bling. Yes, you know. And so, like I was saying, you come out because it's been announced now that, you know what, there will no longer be any further investigation. You know, it's funny because Cabo 6 are funny. They really are stupid. They're a bunch of stupid people. And it goes to show how the system is. How did this all go viral in the first place? Street justice went up in there and said, what the hell going on? We did not even hear Shanquella's story in the mainstream news like that. And so Cabo 6 went into hiding. But then we get mainstream news announcement to say, you know what, there'll be no investigation. Not from the streets. The streets never ever said, okay, you know what, we're going to let you go. We can't determine anything. That was the mainstream. The same mainstream that really did not cover Shanquella's story. Or her mama, or her daddy, or her sister, or where she came from. None of that. Why is Cabo 6 listening to mainstream news when the streets are out here live and pumping and we kind of brought this all the way viral? Why are you thinking that you can ignore us and some FBIs can come out and say, okay, you know what, You're really playing with us though. And so now you're tagging yourself, you're back on Instagram. Remember when I told you the first video I did of Shanquella when I said you couldn't see a single shot, not even a story from any of the 6 on their social media platforms. You couldn't see one. All of a sudden now, they're attending events and graduation parties and going out to have drinks and having the flagrant audacity to walk up to folk talking about, are you taking a picture of me? That's where you should have just thrown the glass on her head. Swear to God Almighty, that's where you should have just jumped off. You have no right. You have no rights. How about that? Right now, you don't. But I know, you know, for me, you have a platform. You can't say any of those things. So let me just imagine. Let me just take it all back. Let me take it all back and say, you know what, don't do that. Cabo 6, I hope that this is a way of life for you. I hope that this is a way of life for your families. I hope that you are constantly met with this warm greeting everywhere you go. Everywhere you go, you will have nowhere to run. You will have nowhere to hide. We want to constantly see you at events. We want to see you at the supermarkets. We want to see you looking for apartments. We want to see you around on a regular basis so we can hug you. You know, appreciate you. That's what we want to do. And we also want to remind you of Shanquella. Because here you are celebrating somebody's graduation. Shanquella will never, ever be able to celebrate anything ever again. What is even more painful is that her parents won't be able to celebrate her marriage, her children. You see, as you guys know, I married later in life. I had my child later in life. My parents celebrated me. Ula's parents celebrated him. We had 3 weddings. They celebrated us. From California to London to Norway to Lagos to Gambia. To the point that when I had Adrian, Ula, what's the Norwegian brand again? To the point that Stokke gifted us the entire set. Yes, they did.
You have to tell her what Stokke is.
Yes, stocking is children's furniture, as in prams, beds, clothing, bottles, blankets. Adrian's first party was a stocking party. I couldn't believe it. I opened it up like this and they said, we're inviting Adrian to a stocking party. So that because they had brought in new pieces and they gifted him everything for free. That was how I was celebrated. Christina, my friend, threw a baby shower for me. Celebrated, left and right, from near and far. It was a wonderful time. Shanquella will never ever be able to have that. Shanquella's parents will never ever have the blessing of being grandparents. They've been robbed of all of that. Every single time they go out there and they see Shanquella's friends, occasions, weddings, births, the knife goes deeper. They learn to live with a pain that is unbearable. That's why this blows my mind. This blows my mind that the Cabo 6 thought that they have a warm, cozy place somewhere to sit down anywhere on this planet. They're delusional. But it's okay. Because guess what? We're here to remind them that that is not the case. Thank you, my beautiful, fabulous Fumi Nation, our Shanquella advocates. We will continue to sing her name. We will continue. We really will. In the year 2022, this was one of the most bizarre, unsolved cases, as far as I'm concerned, that I have ever come across. It is so bizarre that you know what? I leave it to God. I say, God, you know the best. And I know that this is not done. And I know somehow you will reveal all of this to us. Because we are here not understanding. All right, my darlings, I live for you. You know I do. Don't forget to like, to subscribe, hit the notification button on your way out. And I will see you guys when? Sooner than later. All of my love.